I'm that was Larry, K2LAG. You heard me fine there on 5 watts?
Oh yeah, you were low, but I made it out. So Larry mentioned the lightning. I didn't realize he was in there.
No, he said I was making it down there on 5 watts.
Okay, somebody said something about lightning.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Okay, I thought it was you. All right, maybe I'm hearing things. Anyhow, okay, are you net control then?
Yeah, tonight, yeah.
Okay, good. Big signal there now. And hello, Larry, K2LAG, if you're in there. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, not a problem. Right now, there's no lightning in the northeast, so just maybe elsewhere.
Yeah, copying you fine there. Okay, and I said hello to Larry. I did not hear Mike in there. Was Mike MPM in there?
No, I didn't hear.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll stand by for the net and let you proceed then, Randy. Not a bad day here today, much like yesterday. The sun poked out for a wee bit, nice, bright and sunny, and then it clouded in for the afternoon and got dark again. Actually, this morning it was snowing a wee bit. Just, didn't amount to anything. It was on the plus side of the temperature there. And most of the snow is gone now.
Yeah, we still have snow here. It was on and off lightly, I guess, coming down, but it was melting as we hit, we were 5 degrees Celsius, so I didn't realize we were that warm. No, I was in bed most of the day there. I had such a headache. Even my gums and my teeth were like aching all day, like I had a massive toothache, but that was just all pressure related. And I read somewhere that something to do with the solar flare can affect that too, give headaches along with the pressure. And I guess because it disrupts the magnetic field there. I don't know how true that is, but I'm starting to believe it because I've never had one this bad like that.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty serious. That's not good. But anyway, hopefully that goes away for you and you get to feel better. That would not be comfortable at all, especially if you're having to lie in bed. I know last year at this time I was not feeling the greatest either, and I think I missed about 2 weeks of nets, and I spent some days in bed too, but doing a lot better now.
Yeah, I don't feel as bad here now, but anyway, I just got up to make lunch and take the dog out, and that was pretty much it. And yeah, so I didn't really sleep much there, just kind of rest, but yeah, it was a long day today.
Yeah, especially when you're feeling under the weather, but you're wide awake and you can't do what you want to do. Anyways, I think it's 8 o'clock there now, so I'll clear off here.
Yeah, it just turned 8 o'clock. So, okay, welcome everybody to the 3730 net for Thursday, November the 13th. This net operates 7 nights a week on this frequency at this time or thereabouts with 3 dedicated controllers, including myself, EFHW. We got KA1BZE. She is in Massachusetts. Her name is Margaret. And we got B3PY, who I was just talking to, and he is east of me about, 90 kilometers or so, 100 kilometers maybe. And he does Tuesday nights with an open mic session with a different topic each night. So check in with Gord there on Tuesday nights. And I'd also like to welcome the SDR listeners and shortwave listeners out there, because I know we have a few of them out there. And I am not streaming tonight. I usually do stream on my regular nights, so that's on Friday and Sunday nights. So you'll catch my live stream on YouTube those nights. And if you want any more information on this net, just go to 3730group.ca. That's 3730group.ca. Scroll down to the bottom of that page. There's a Facebook link. Click on that, and that'll take you to our Facebook group page, which is a private page. But you could subscribe there, and we'll get you hooked up, and a lot of good information there, a lot of good posts, and you can post stuff, and a lot of fun there. Okay, before I start here, I am VA3XV, and my name is Randy, and I'm located in South Algonquin Township, and that's in eastern Ontario, bordering the southeast end of the Algonquin Provincial Park. And I am your controller until we run out of check-ins. The band seems not too bad here as of yet. I'm not sure how it was all day because I wasn't on. But I'm hearing people, and there's no aurora on anybody here so far. So on the short list, or early list, whatever you want to call it, I got V3PY, I got V3HWQ, and I got K2LAG. Who else for the 3730 wants to check in? Please come now.
V3QBQ.
Victor Alpha 3, Tango Kilo Lima.
Victor Echo 3, Echo India.
Okay, I got Dave, I think it is V3 Echo India. I got the other Dave, VA3TKL. I know it's American station, but I keep forgetting it. All I got was Fox Oscar. Come on in again. Okay, Don. Yeah, I knew the name. I just forgot. I didn't hear your full call. I just wanted to make sure it was you. Good copy. I got V3QVQ, and that was it. Is there anybody else? K1BZE. I got you, Margaret. Anybody else?
Victor Echo 3, Mike Delta Golf.
Okay, I got MDG. What was that, Margaret? Are you listed on HOA? Oh, okay then. You can try HOA. That might be better. Oh, okay, but you can hear me on the SDR, no problem. You're pretty good. You're about an S8, S9 here. Okay, no problem. Okay, is there anybody else before I start here? Come on in. Okay, nothing heard. So we'll go right up to the top there. V3PY. Gord, how was your day today?
Yeah, hi, Randy. Not a bad day, as I had mentioned earlier. Just a pretty usual day, relatively quiet here, and temperature wasn't too bad. Got up on the plus side of things. Just got some sunshine and a nice clear sky for a wee while. And then, of course, it clouded in, and it gets dark early, probably by, I don't know what time it gets dark, somewhere around 5 o'clock, I guess. She's pretty much black by then. And that's really about it. Being back on standard time, probably getting used to it there now. It takes about a week, for the whole body to adjust. And I hope you're feeling better. I'll say hello to Margaret, K1BZE. Nice to hear you in there, Margaret. You're punching a big signal up into the Ottawa Valley here. So give it back to you, Randy. Thanks for taking the net there tonight. And I will be here for the second round. VA3XV, Victor Echo 3, Papa Yankee Claire.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, everybody seems to be sounding okay. My noise level is down here tonight, too, like it was the other couple of nights there. So, okay, I'll get you on the second round. And we'll go to Alan, V3HWQ. How was your day today, Alan?
Yeah, it's JWQ, not H. Not too bad, Randy. It was a busy day. I had to get ready for 8:30 to go to Portland first and see a gentleman off that is heading for Australia. So we had breakfast in Portland, and then we drove on to Blackpool, got my fruit shop, and did some shopping, and eventually we came home here. So it's been a busy day, Joab.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, sorry about that, Alan. I usually don't get you wrong. I started with H for some reason. I'm thinking of HWM. I wasn't paying attention, so yeah, BWQ. I should have known that. Okay, well, it was a nice day. How warm did it get down there?
How much snow? We don't have very much. Just a few patches here and there. Go ahead.
No, how mild did it get?
It got up to 5 or 6.
Yeah, okay, we were 5 up here, so it was actually a nice day, although I wasn't out much in it. Okay, thanks for that, Alan, and I apologize again, but I'll get you on the second round then. And we'll go to Larry, K2LAG. What's new with you today, Larry?
WSJT, good evening. Randy, everybody else on the net here this evening. No, not too much. Got recovering from a long day on the railroad yesterday. We had to do much switching before we got the trip out, and that was about an hour late. So, fortunately, it was a dress rehearsal, and I think most of the folks that got on the road were actually riding free, so that didn't make a whole lot of difference. A lot of rain coming home, though, and it was a little bit last night, and about 12:30, looked at the ham clock, and it was blank. The map was still there, but there wasn't a single bit of traffic showing up on it. So conditions around midnight last night must have been pretty atrocious. Let's see, today we had what we call lunch march, just like we put together and had some lunch. That's pretty good. And tomorrow back up the railroad for the first official Polar Express trip. So there we go with that. Temperature-wise, I'm at 35, 34 right now, Fahrenheit, showing +2 on the Celsius thermometer, and going down slowly. But I might have the ice on the stuff like that in the garage when I got home. So there we go. There's that. And looks like it's going to be might be a decent day tomorrow. Hopefully, I got a 2-hour drive to get there and a 2-hour drive to get home again. So with that, I'll turn it back to you. I'll be around for a second round. K2LAG.
Yeah, we hit 41 here today, and we're at 30 here right now. I think it's only going to go down to 28, 27 or 28, so it's not going to be too cold. And tomorrow it looks like it's going to be identical. It's just showing me overcast here, the same temperature. So tomorrow night a little bit cooler, but they're supposed to be back into the snow flurries on Saturday, over the weekend and next week. So kind of a grayish. We didn't get any sun here today, I don't think at all. But anyway, the things are melting. We still have snow, but it was melting off the roofs here today. I know that. Not much snow, maybe about an inch now. So it went down. Okay, I'll get you on the second round. You're sounding good here tonight, Larry. And we'll go down to Dave. I've got a lot of Daves on here tonight. V3QVQ, come on in.
Yeah, V3XB, V3QVQ, load all on that. Hello to Margaret there, K1BZE. And yeah, I heard you. I just kind of come on there, and you said you were not feeling good today, Randy, or are you sick?
I don't feel too bad right now, but I had this pressure headache all day today, and it was even like my gums and my teeth were sore, like I had a massive toothache all the way around. But I managed to pull through. It's not too bad now. I'm used to getting these pressure headaches with the change of weather, and along with this the solar flare stuff, I read that it can cause headaches like that too. So I think in the combination of both of them, it took me right pretty much. I was in the horizontal mode most of the day.
Yeah, I understand the horizontal mode. Do you guys have, those wind generation towers around your house at all?
No, we don't. Our township, actually, they were going to put them up, but we put a moratorium on them. The local council did. So I'm kind of glad for that.
Yeah, just asking. My brother-in-law has problems. He's got those things around in his area, and he just hates them. He tells me he gets these headaches too, just like you're describing there he says it's from the windmill. Anyway, yeah, not too much else to say. I guess this is going to be a one and done for me. I'm going to listen on a little bit here. Want to hear Dave EI come on there, and I'll maybe give him a signal report there when I talk to him tomorrow. And hope his antenna's working well. So back to you there, Randy. V3XB, V3QVQ 73.
Okay, I get a signal from you. You're between 10 and 15 over. So it's eerie quiet here on 80. I'm not used to this being quiet. Well, it's always quiet, usually like on my receive antennas, but I'm on my main antenna here, and it's just eerie quiet, which is weird. But it's a good thing. But I'm not used to that. Okay, thanks for that, and you can jump in whenever you want there. We'll go to Don, KD2FO. How are you tonight, Don?
Yeah, doing fine. VA3XB. Oh, 3730 net. This is D2FO. Yeah, very good. And your signal is pretty good down here, Randy. It seems like some of the other stations are not quite as strong as I heard them in the past. I don't know why. I guess propagation is quite as strong. I am just running 100 watts here, so I was running 100 watts here tonight. So I'm interested. I know you can hear me. I'm hoping to see how well you can hear me or not. And this things are going along good. We're a little bit more milder down in the south here, but we had gotten a couple of nights down into the 20s Fahrenheit, and it's maybe it might just about get down that low tonight, but with like 50 something in the daytime, or maybe 60 if you're lucky. That's a joy. At least that's the transition season, of course. I've heard about snow up your way. There's snow like in some of the Midwestern U.S. and New York and New England. And it's coming probably faster than we all want. Back to you. It's KD2FO.
Yeah, well, first of all, you're peaking at S9, and you're going down to about a little bit under 7, but like hearing you fine with 100 watts, that's great. I know you're not in New York. You're down in Virginia, aren't you?
Roger, northeastern Virginia. I'm about 50 miles south of Washington, D.C.
Yeah, okay, Roger. That's what I figured you were, yeah, from what I remember. And yeah, I was talking to some guys. I've heard there was snow in Kentucky, right down as far as northern Georgia. So the last over the weekend, I guess it was, so or last week or early week. So just flurries, I guess. So it was what we call a northern Arctic vortex, kind of went straight down into number 4 land there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're right. And, well, what can I say? We have to keep going here, and I burned wood, actually, Randy, and we got that running, and we're looking for the winter not being too hot. What can I say? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I haven't been. I have it here. I just haven't been. I didn't have a fire on this year. I have like a heat pump. So I just got. I got the heat pump put in last year. So I've been running that. It's not that bad on hydro. So I've been just using that for heat. But nothing like the wood heat. How it can. You can sure get the. It can sure get the dampness out. So it's a good. It's a good time to use that, especially when it's so damp out.
Absolutely right. Yes, sir. There is nothing like it. Like you said, everybody says that. I tell you, I was very good on the. That's a good way in the beginning of the season when things aren't too bad. And I've never had so much time. Just last year I had a gas burning plant. So even if it were midwinter and I wanted to run it, I could still be doing that. But we just enjoyed it a little bit here early in the season, and now we've converted over. I'll spend the money on it. Not too.
Yeah, well, with this one, I'm good to about plus 5 degrees on the Fahrenheit. So then after that, it gets just too hard on it. So I don't mind that. I'll save myself a lot of money that way.
Roger, yes, sir. Let's do it. And they do work nice. I had one here and it went bad on me. And to replace the whole system with that, again, was going to cost a lot of money. And so I said, oh, the heck, I guess it's still run some gas and find it.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, if it's going to cost you that much, as long as you stay warm, that's the main thing. Are you sticking around for the second round, or are you taking off?
As long as we're before 9 p.m.
Okay, well I'll call you back in if it's before 9 then, Doc.
Good enough.
Okay, we'll go down to Dave, VA3TKL. Come on in.
Yes, good evening to everyone on frequency. Stay here in Cambridge. It's Hey, you know what? The temperature here got close to 8 degrees, and then on my front porch where I have a thermometer in the sun, it hit 14, but I mean, that's a pipe dream in reality. You'd have the coffee out there maybe, but it was a really nice day. A little bit of rain, lots of sun, a little bit of rain, and looks like the seasons are changing, Randy. Not much else to report here except we're just enjoying living life.
Yeah, Rog, I'm surprised you heard me on the 5 watts there.
Yeah, I did hear you on the 5 watts this morning.
Oh, yeah, okay. I wasn't on much today at all, just for about 5 minutes or so, and then I just came on here now, so I'm feeling much better though.
Yeah, very good. I should have said that not this morning, but when you first came on. Geez, Randy, it sure sounds like you might have suffering from a little bit of migraine, especially if you get the jaw and the teeth pain. My wife suffers from that, so that's one of those symptoms. But sounds like you're getting over it in the meantime. Okay, not much else to report. We'll pass it back to you. VA3 X-Ray Victor, VA3 TKL.
Yeah, I usually get like pressure headaches, but not like this bad. This one was a bad one. Okay, thanks, and I'll get you on the second round. You're sounding good up here. And Dave, V3EI, good to hear you.
Well, thank you very much, Randy. Yeah, you're pounding in here, and I was just listening as well to QVQ. I spent most of the day with Dave down here. He came down and gave me a huge hand with getting my 80-meter loop back up in the trees. We had a tree company here earlier in the week, trimming branches and taking down a dead or dying tree, and so some changes had to be made. And we air cannoned some rope into a tree, and then pulled some wire up because the squirrels have been chewing my wires. They have nothing better to do, I guess. Saw a red-tailed hawk, and I was encouraging it to catch as many squirrels as it can. Anyway, Dave gave me a huge hand pulling rope and pulling coax and wire, and we took down a branch that was in the way that my wire had got tangled up in. And it took quite a while to get the wire and rope untangled from that branch, even when it was on the ground. Anyway, it seems to be working. I've got to play with my antenna tuner a little bit there. That's much better. The antenna seems to be working a lot better than it was, and so I'm very pleased with it. And it seems to be working well. So we'll be doing on-tars from 9 to 10 tomorrow morning, and I'm quite confident that I'll be getting out and getting some of those check-ins. Anyway, so that's my day, and thank you so much for being down here. You're 5 and 9, about 15, and Dave from Lucan was 22 to 25 dB over S9 here. So a nice strong signal all around. Nice band conditions.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're anywhere from 15 to 20, so everything's working fine. Dave, you have anything to say there to the other Dave?
Yeah, V3QVQ. My Elmer. I was just going to send you an email here. You're a solid 20 to 30 over there, Dave V3I. Great signal. Take care. Maybe see you tomorrow. Also, so V3QVQ clear. 73L.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Yeah, I'm not going to be on for a second round. It was an extremely arduous day, so I'm going to toddle off to bed and get up early for the net. So 73 is all on net. And Margaret, good to hear you on. I was hearing you not terribly well, but you're coming through into London, Ontario, 73.
Okay, good enough, Dave. I would check in with you at 9 o'clock, but that's my hour. I'll be doing the transprovincial on 7100 at the same time. But I'll check in with you sometime whenever I can.
Okay, well, immediately I finished the on-tars net, I do go to the transprovincial net, but usually I'm talking to Terry down in Chatham. But I'll be thinking about you.
Okay, yeah, okay, then no problem. I guess I could squeeze it in and then rush up there, but I'd have to retune things and that. It just, I guess I could do it, but we'll never know. Anyway, thanks again for checking in. You have a good evening and a good day tomorrow.
73. Thanks so much for being there.
Okay, and down to Margaret, K1BZE. How's your day? The ones now, the technology is changing, and they can go down quite far. It's just when they have to defrost a lot, and that's when they're defrosting. That's when the temperature cools down, and then they spend a lot of their time defrosting. So, but they're making them a lot more efficient now. So far, so good with mine, but I still have the wood for the backup. So I got I'm happy there. No, I would have if I wouldn't have felt any better, I would have probably messaged you or Mike there, MPM. If somebody else could take it, but I felt good enough here now. I'm good enough here to do it, so everything's okay here for me.
Yes.
And there's the guy. Okay, Margaret, are you going to come in on the second round? Okay, I got you there, Mike. I just know it by the voice. I got one ahead of you, though. V3MDG. Sean, come on in.
VA3XV, V3MDG. Good evening, Randy, and all on frequency. This morning was a bit of a mess. I got up and come down here to the shack and had my coffee, and the sun was shining, and I thought, today's going to be a nice day. And looked out into the backyard, and one of the covers on one of my boats collapsed. And so the frame was still there, but all the snow, all the ice and everything was sitting inside the boat. So I had to clean all that out, and it's not like a shrink wrap thing. It's I just use these tarps, and usually they last 2 or 3 years. Well, this one I put on last year, and I looked at it, looked fine, and you cap the side of it, and it's still got a little bit of spring to it, and everything was good. Well, until this morning. So I spent a bit of the day cleaning up that mess and recovering that one, and then I thought, well, the one fit beside it's got probably twice as old as the cover on it. So I tore that one apart and recovered that one too. So I should be set now. Other than that, it's 0 degrees, no precip. We had a little bit of precip later on in the afternoon, a little bit of almost like ice balls, freezing rain, and that lasted about 5 minutes, and that was it. So that's all the news I have to report for now.
Yeah, okay. I seen the place down in town here where they store the boats, and they have this. It's a blue cover, and it's like really tight. Is that the shrink wrap stuff?
Yeah, that's the shrink wrap. I just use they're kind of like somewhere between medium and heavy duty tarps, and I do them the same way. I ring around them with a special type of flat rope that we use on there. It's like a twine, and so I guess over time, just sitting there getting cold, hot, wet, dry, blah 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 blah, I finally let go. But it's not so much. I guess they get weaker over time, and they are just plastic. And if you ever bought a tarp in the last little while, last couple of years, you'll find that they're kind of all seamed together. They're not one piece anymore. And the seam just happens to be right on the center of the ridge where the support was, where the frame is, and it just split it right down the center, just like you cut it.
Yeah, the old tarps are the best. It's hard to find a good tarp. If you do find one, you're paying big bucks for it now. That heat shrink stuff there, I guess each spring then, that's not reusable. You just have to cut that off, don't you?
Yeah, you cut it off. It is recyclable. We do take it to a place to recycle them. Like we do a lot of boats with shrink wrap at work. And the other thing we do put in them is vents. There's a special vent that slides in there just so that they're not airtight, and then you don't get the mold in there.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. But how do you gotta need more than just one heat gun to heat that up, or does it work pretty good?
Well, the heat gun, the fan on the heat gun is probably 18 to 20 inches wide, propane.
Oh, okay. It's not like a small handheld hairdryer size then. Yeah, okay. I can see that now.
Yeah, it's got about a 6-foot handle on it, and you can put an extension on them. And there's a two-stage method on there. First click of the trigger is a certain heat, and the next one up is hotter.
Yeah, okay. Well, it works the same way as my small one here. I got 2 clicks on it there too. Okay, good information there. Okay, we'll get you on the second round, and we'll go to VA3 MPM. I think. Are you still in Two-Land?
Yes, I am. Hello, VA3 MPM here. And my signal might be down a little bit less drive here on the amp. And my power flow is going. Yeah, I'm still here. Holy smokes. I went for a nap at 6 o'clock on the couch, and I just woke up 5 minutes ago. And I'm telling you, I don't know if my earth is bored or I don't know if I'm coming or going. Holy smokes, man. I went into a different world. Like, it just lights out Irene. And now I'm here. About the tarps there, Sean, what I'm going to do this year, not done yet, because the guy's going to come pick the boat up there on Sunday and bring it to their indoor warehouse there and install the engine. When it comes back, what I did is I ordered up a product called Natty Glue, Canadian there from Quebec. Natty Glue, like an igloo. Like I call it the big teepee that uses the frame and like on a pontoon, the railing, and then it's like a big A-frame type setup and the part. So it's designed for the heavy snow. We get snow here like crazy. So that's what's going to go on the boat this year. First time I try that. It's sitting here at the cottage. When the boat comes back, I'll crack the big box open there and start reading the instructions and see how to put that thing together. Yeah, I was over at the neighbors there. We were making sure all the fasteners were tight on the roof of the boat. And I came back and I was kind of wiped out tires there. And I go, I'll take a little nap. I got 2 hours. No problem. And I woke up there. It was like 8:15 or something like that. So that's what's happening here. Hello to everybody on board. How are things over there, Randy?
Not too bad now. I had a wicked old headache, pressure headache all day today, and It was like a migraine, I guess, because my whole jaw and my teeth and gums and everything was sore. But so it's I know the weather does that to me, but I haven't had it this bad. But I was reading up there on these flares, and it said it can actually cause headaches too, to something with the Earth's magnetic. At the poles there, all disrupted, I guess. So something to do with that anyway. Everything's out of balance. So, but anyway, I finally I got up about 7:30 and I felt not too bad, so I just went ahead with the net here. I don't feel too bad here now, but yeah, I was in horizontal position pretty much all day, except for just taking the pup out for a walk and making dinner, and that's about it.
Oh, sorry to hear that, but glad that it's gone there. Yeah, there's got to be something. Hey, there's something, right? Because in the this would be early '80s. I remember people that would usually old ladies smoking cigarettes would tell me they'd have scanners. They'd be sitting around the kitchen table there. I remember it was Annette's mother. She'd sitting around the table, and the neighbor would come over. He'd be smoking his cigarettes there, and he had the scanner, and he'd go, "Oh, it's going to be good tonight." I go, like, "Yeah, well, what's going on?" "Well, yeah, there's a full moon out there." They're listening to the Ottawa police. And I was thinking, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, people they go crazy. They just go nuts with the full moon. And now we can Google that, and that's true. 911 and ambulance and emergency departments, they prepare themselves. They go, okay, here we come. This is the full moon there. Get ready. And people just go wacko. So there's the pull of the earth. I don't know. It's tidal tide water. So it's pulling on water like that. And we are made of, I don't know, what's the number? I forget, 98% water. And this something must affect certain people more than others, and something happens there. I'm sure you've heard that before. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. And I don't know, you might call me weird, but have you ever heard of people, like if you have a fan in your bedroom, on your beside you on a desk, and at a certain RPM, there are certain this fan that I got now that I like sleeping with a fan on, but I had a bigger fan, and there were some nights I swear I could hear radio stations, like AM broadcast stations. It was almost clear. I could make out just the odd word in that, and I'm shaking my head. Like I wasn't dreaming this, but they weren't quite clear. But there was other things that I could hear actually, a little bit of music, just clips of it here and there, like coming through the air of the fan. But I'm thinking, I've heard other people mention that too. So they might, you might call me crazy, but maybe it's picking it up at the right, the air through the fan at the right RPMs there. That it's actually you can hear it. There's no other way I can explain that.
No, I've never heard of that, but I believe you. It's at the right. I must be like you now. I'm thinking, what's the word? At the right frequency. Holy smoke! That's the word you were searching for in your mind there. At the right frequency. That's turning at the right frequency. Something's going on, and Google. Go ahead and Google. Anybody listening? Lucille Ball, for example. So Lucy. I love Lucy. Lucy Arnaz there. I love Lucy. Lucille Ball. During wartime, she had a filling in her teeth. She was driving her car, and she was in California somewhere, and Hollywood or whatever. And all of a sudden, she was hearing radio stations in her head, in the tooth. And I just went to a dentist or something, and it was the cavity. Dissimilar metal, like a diode or something, and it became like a radio receiver. So you could pick up certain transmissions. So maybe something's going on there. I'm going to Google that just to see. That's kind of a neat thing. Something else I was going to mention that happened, and I can't think of it. Lucy. Oh, I've been seeing on my Facebook, and this thing comes by. I haven't really researched it, but it's about sleeping and helping people sleep.
and it's something about 432 megahertz. And that's the frequency of our brain or something, blah, blah, blah. And this noise, at 432 megahertz, helps people sleep. So there's things that go on that we don't see that are possible. So I'm going to Google that, Randy, there at one point, what you're saying there. That's interesting.
Well, you know, the metal filling, I've heard of that before, and I honestly believe that's true. And so like it just has to vibrate at the right frequency, same as a crystal oscillator, or a crystal itself. That's all it does. Is the quartz is vibrating at that frequency, right? So the fan at the right RPM is just right on that frequency. And I'm hearing, because the other guy said I can't use a fan because I hear voices. I think anybody else would think you're nuts, right? But I told him, I said no, I do that. I hear that the odd time too. Not every night it was, but the odd time, depending on how strong the conditions were, I guess. I don't know, but Google that. I never did try to look that up. I never really told much about anybody because they're scared that they're going to drag me away. But hey, I feel like Art Bell here tonight. We're like coast to coast. That's something like that that he'd have,
3 p.m. Hi, Randy.
Oh man, that would have made a good program. Art Bell and you call in and we'd be going, holy smoke, that guy is as crazy as a bedbug.
Oh yeah, and the next guy, I'll look that up. I'll get you in a second now. And the next guy probably thinks we're all crazy too. V3PM, come on in.
Yeah, I just want to say hi, Randy, and hi to Mike over there. And I think he's in V2 land, not sure. But those things you're talking about, I've heard that before, how people actually hear a radio and the filling in the tubes acts like a diode or something to that effect. But it's pretty bizarre. But with Art Bell, I used to listen to him a lot of times, and he's on syndicated radio. So, you could be driving anywhere, like from the West Coast heading, to the East Coast, and you're going to hear him all night long. It's pretty cool, over.
Oh, yeah, the Coast to Coast is still on, but they had shut down. You can only hear him on the certain AM stations down in the States. I haven't actually looked for that. It's not George something took over for him. But there's some nights that they have the classics, and they'll have the full segment of Art Bell, back in the 90s and the early 2000s. So I used to love listening to him late at night. There was some pretty cool stuff on there.
Yeah, very good. I don't want to upset the apple cart. Is Margaret still on? If she is, I'll say good evening. I don't know if she's signed or not, but anyhow, I'll turn over to Mike real quick if you don't mind, Randy, and just see how he's doing. Mike, go ahead, V3PM.
Okay, when you're talking to me, Don, go ahead, V3PM.
Yes, sir, you go ahead.
Yeah, I am up at the cottage here. Yeah, I'm doing good. Other than I'm groggy right now. I was outside there this afternoon with a neighbor at the cottage here, and I came in at around 5. I ate at supper. I was tired, lied down at 6, and I just woke up about 20 minutes ago there. Holy smokes, man! Lights out, Irene. Did I ever sleep?
Yeah, well, fresh air will do that to you. I find that happens to me, Mike. If I'm outdoors for quite a while, especially coming into like with the weather cooler, you come into a warm house, and especially if you have a snack or something, I'm drifting off into horizontal land. Over.
Oh yeah, that certainly happened today. Holy, yeah. Now I'm going. Okay. I'm so tired. What do I do? Stay on the net here and then head off to bed, or what do I do here? So I'll have to figure that out. That was a heck of a sleep. I'm a napper. I like taking naps, but I don't know. And when I do it, it's too late. Now it's like I'm really buggered up there. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. Hope you're doing well there, Don.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, doing well. Today was power up day for the LED Christmas lights. We're past Remembrance Day. We never do that before Remembrance Day, but Wendy said, get the lights working. So I got them powered up, and they're on a timer. I have these really cool-looking blue LED lights on the eaves trough in the front of the house. And on the front lawn, in addition to that, I have this great big reindeer. It's all white with sparkly lights with big antlers and everything. So it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, Mike. Over?
Yeah. In your yard, yes, it is. I actually said that the other day when it snowed in Ottawa there. I said that to myself. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and it won't be long. Right on. Glad you got your lights up there. That job is done, and it should look really nice. You still have snow on the ground?
Yeah, a lot of it went today. We got about 4 inches approximately during that storm, but you see a lot of ground there now. So, and I think we're going to see even less. I understand some rain's just around the corner. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I won't hold it. Good to hear you on Mike, and along with Randy, of course. And I'll send it over to you, Mike, and you can steer it back over to Randy, and he can head it the right way it's supposed to go. So cheers for now, and great hearing you. VA3 MPM, VE3 Papa Mike.
Right on. Yeah, take care, Don. Nice speaking with you there. Thanks for reaching out. And to Randy, I'll just add this here. Now you've ruined my day. Yeah, no. Well, just when I'm saying there's every time I run a fan now, I just start sitting there and listening. I'm gonna mention that to Annette. I'll go, hey, listen. You should be hearing music or any radio stations. Go back to Randy.
Yeah, okay, well, no problem. Hey, I'm the human weather station. Just put me in as a human radio station now. But I have to have the right RPM fan blowing in front of me.
Yeah, and if it's fast, just blow the fan, do you recall?
It was a bigger fan. Like the one I'm using, it's like one of those honeycomb things. It's about 8 inches, but the other one was a bigger fan. So, and it was faster.
Okay, it's an electric motor. There's magnets, and coming down the shaft and through the blades. The next thing you know, you were hearing something like that. So interesting. Yes, yeah, I'm going to Google that. Okay, back to you.
Okay then, no problem. And America, you want to say hello to Don there?
Yeah, okay, very good evening, Margaret. Good to hear your voice, and I'm copying you fine. I'm looking at the meter here. You're about an S9, so no problem hearing you whatsoever. Anyway, I want to hold up production here, so you take care, stay well, and I'll turn it back to you, Margaret. In the event you got a couple of words before you turn it back over to Randy, possibly. Go ahead, Margaret. V3 PM.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, before I start the second round, is there anybody else like to check in with me here on the 3730? Come now.
Victor Echo 3, November Sierra Victor.
IOW.
Okay, there were some doubling in there. I got November Sierra Victor, and I got IOW. Who else was in there?
MPM, getting quick info, and I think HSP was in there too. Hotel X-ray Papa.
3, Mike Delta November.
Okay, I got HXP, MDN, and AGX. Was that it? Okay, what was that, Mike?
Okay, I just got a report on the fan. I did a quick Google. Okay, so AI comes back. Interesting. Hearing radio from a fan is a real phenomenon, often due to fans' electronic components acting as a crude antenna, picking up strong local AM or FM signals like radio waves from a nearby transmitter, which get demodulated, you listen to Sean, and turned into faint, garbled audio through the motor or speaker-like vibrations, especially noticeable as noise or music in the background. It's a mix of physics, RF interference, and psychology, audio pareidolia. Oh, I just suffered from that there already. Where your brain tries to make sense of random noise as familiar sounds like music or voices, but it's not usually a hallucination if the sound stops when the fan does. Yeah, it's often okay, but it's not usually a hallucination. It's a sound stop when the fan does. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's saying yes. It's AI is saying true thing. And Sean, I sent you an email and a text for Ernest wanting to repent. Back to you, Eddie.
Okay, we'll call you Mike, Professor Mike. How's that?
Yeah, I'm smart, eh?
AI Mike. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I knew I wasn't crazy, but you know, like I said, depending on the signals, like we don't have any close by AM radio signals here, but if it's coming in as skip, which all of it is usually, at night all of it is, unless you're right beside your station down the road, it gets pretty strong some nights. So some nights it was there. Actually, I can make out the odd word, actually, almost, but that's pretty much how it is. Okay, well, I better get going here. Thanks for that, Mike. Terry, V3NSV, come on in.
Hey, Randy, great signal here tonight. You're back to your usual 10 over, but you're not the strongest tonight. PM and EI with their 80-meter loops are coming in 20 over, so lots of great signals here tonight. So, and I do have one AM transmitter that's close to me. It's not that close. It's probably 10, 15 kilometers away, but I get it 60 over here on the flex, and I have to run a filter on the SDRs to stop it from overloading the front end. So I wonder if I suffer from that phenomenon. It's pretty strong here. But anyways, Randy, I should be here for the second round. I won't hold you up. There's lots of people stacking up there wanting to check in. So we'll pass it back to net control here, V3NSV.
Yeah, well, the closest, I think, station to me would be Ottawa CFRA on 580. And I can hear it even at night there sometimes, but sometimes, like, there's other stations that are stronger that comes in. But it's about 180 kilometers east of me there in Ottawa. So I could usually get that at a 20 over through the daytime. The lowest I've ever heard it was like an S5. That's on bad conditions, but I can usually always hear it. Anyway, so I'm kind of in a good location because I don't get any interference, You're sounding great up here tonight. So the band is getting back to normal there, and it is nice and quiet on my end. Okay, I'll get you on the second round. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it's AM 570 here. That's really strong to me. It's out near the Village of Ayr, and like I said, it's 60 over here. So, anyways, I'll catch you in the second round. V3NSV.
Is that like a community radio station sort of thing?
No, that's a Ballone station. It's been around forever. 570 chime. I think it's News Talk 570 now.
Is it running like 50,000 kilowatts?
I don't know what it is. You know what? I'll look it up on Wikipedia and I'll let you know in the second round. How's that sound?
Yeah, okay. Some of those, that one would be. There used to be small community radio stations that would just put out about 1,000 watts. But most of those are changed over. What we have up here is Moose FM took them over, so they went from AM to FM. But anyway, okay, I'll get you on the second round there. VA3AGX, sounding good there. Rick, come on in.
VA3XV, VA3AGX, thanks for pulling me in there, Randy. Hope everybody on frequency is doing well, sounding good. About time the bands are starting to cooperate a little bit with us. Still not the same, but I'll accept it. I can hear you. It's currently -1 at 30 degrees here in Kapuskasing. I'll say hello to Mike out there and Sean, sounding good. Yourself, 15 here. John PM, I never got in the report, but you were loud and clear right beside me. And the gentleman before me couldn't get the call sign. He said it's too fast. I said couldn't pick it up at all. So yeah, he's good. He's right here at 9. Quiet here today. Worked on the Flex all day. Got to work on myself. Couldn't wait for Flex for information. They take too long. I just removed everything out of the radio, and I put in software in it that I had 2 years ago, and the radio functions and starts up perfect. So, yeah, I don't know. Some of their new software, they can keep it. I don't need it. I'm going to stick with this stuff here. The radio works fine this way. So it starts up. The problem I was having, the radio was taking up to 5 minutes to start up. That's nonsense. They're loading up so much software into the radio that's slowing it down. So I removed it all, and I'm running the old stuff, and it seems to be working fine. I hope this electrical storm's showing up, but now I got a problem with the alpha amplifier. I want to turn on, and I unplug it and reset it, and it came on. So it's not my date. I mean, both this radio, the 480, and now the alpha amplifier is giving me a little bit of an attitude, but it is on right now. It seems to be functioning fine. So I don't know, maybe this electrical storm could be great. Anyway, carry on. I'll figure out to check around. Randy sounding good at the Kapuskasing. G3XB, G3AJ.
Well, at least you're not hearing radio stations in your head off of a fan blowing on you or a metal filling, so you're okay.
Yeah, I was listening to that. You never know. Don't run that much car, but
no, if I start hearing 3730 in my head if I'm laying down here, but usually I'm on here, so I wouldn't know any difference unless I get an echo. And then everybody, well, you never know what the way the bands were lately, and the way your other radio was there. So you're well, there's never any end of amateur radio there. It always keeps you on your toes.
Oh, it drives me nuts. I won't do any more updates. Actually, right after this conversation, I'm going to pull the internet cable right off this radio so they can't even get in my radio and see what it's doing anymore. Enough of this, because it works fine without their headache. So I know they're adding all this new stuff, but it's all for these digital, I'm going to say freaks out there who just don't like conversation with people. They like hearing all that screaming noise, but yeah, I'm going to disconnect the internet, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't need another firmware update. I'll leave it the way it is.
Well, it's sounding mighty fine there now. Yeah, the good time to do that, and then hopefully it'll stay the way it is. Okay, I'll get you on the second round there. Sounding great down here. V3IOW, Ron, how was your day today?
Hey, Randy, good evening. VA3XV, this is Victor Echo 3 in the Oscar Whiskey, and good evening to everyone to the net. Day went by good. Did a lot of some welding, wheel bearing, and also tie rods. Did alignment, and that's about it. Went home around 4:30 and 5 o'clock, and checked into the OnTars net and the Sandbox net. Wife cooked good dinner. Everything is good so far. A little sleepy and tired, but hey, tomorrow's Friday, and I don't need to work on Saturday unless there are some tires that's coming in. Anyway, thank you so much for asking, Randy, and 70 to everyone on the net. Thank you for taking me in. I apologize I won't be around on the second round. I need to go to bed early morning and riser tomorrow. Good night, everyone. This is Victor Echo 3 in the Oscar Whiskey. Thank you, Randy.
Okay, well, thank you for checking in, and yeah, don't worry about that. Get a good sleep. That's more important, and thanks for checking in here for the first round. And I'm glad, you'll be sick of seeing tires here, so hopefully you don't get any more, and have a little bit more or less stressful work week. You have a good evening then, and a good rest of the week here. If I don't get, I think the week ends tomorrow here, so maybe we'll probably talk to you tomorrow night then, most definitely. We'll go down to V3 MDN. Michael, come on in.
VA3XV in the group, VA3MDN, good evening, one and all. No, it was a pretty nice day out there, so I was out checking wires and antennas and all that. Had to tighten the one up. It was almost on the ground, but I don't really use that one too much. So anyways, I got that straightened out, tightened up again. So if I do decide to use it, laying on the ground there. Other than that, the loop's doing good. Everybody sounds good tonight. Didn't really do much radio because I was outside most of the day, so this is the first time it's on the radio tonight. So other than that, we'll listen along and hopefully be here for the second round. VA3XB from VA3FTN.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for checking in. You're sounding great up here. And yeah, I didn't do hardly any radio. I had it on for 5 minutes here at about lunchtime, and noticed 40 meters is actually pretty good. So I figured the band or all the bands are probably back to normal here, which is a good thing. Hopefully we don't get another solar flare, and hope that was the end of them. But we will get them in the future. Nice and quiet here on my end. You have a good signal, and everything's working good here tonight. And I'll get you on the second round. And last on my list, V3HXP. Do you got any metal fillings in there, or stands that you hear noises?
No. VA3XV from V3HXP. Yeah, good evening, Randy. I don't think I've got any. I know I used to have some when I was a kid, but they got taken out for the other. I don't know whether it's ceramic or what type of filling it is, but it's not metal anymore. So, but I hear voices though at night. Actually, I hear music at night. I don't know. I'm down the road. I'm probably about 15 kilometers from the CFRA site. So, and I know that be informed there's signal into the out east and to protect the west. But that's about it. I don't know, like halfway through the session here, my noise level went from an S7 back to an S3. So I don't know what happened there. It made it a lot easier for me to hear people. Now I can hear Margaret and a few other people there that were pretty hard to make out with the noise. Anyways, other than that, I think we are destined to get another Aurora Borealis there in the next couple of nights. At least that's what I saw on a little blurb on Facebook about. They talked about the one that we had last night, and then they said there's going to be another one in a couple of nights from now. So get ready for some more adventures. And I got to Mike MPM. I got the email. I sent you back an email. So that's all for now there, Randy. I'll probably be listening for a minute or two, but I'm not going to be around for the second round. Go ahead, V3HXP.
A quick comment for Sean.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sean, the next time you hear that noise like that, S7, S3, go ask if the girls are there. Go ask one of the girls if they just plugged in their iPhone, because that happens here at the cottage. When Annette plugs in her iPhone, or somebody's visiting and they plug in their iPhone, or I do it, gets noise, especially on the 40-meter band, but I can hear it too on 80.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure they have their chargers plugged in all the time because they're on them constantly. So we've run out of battery otherwise. But I'll ask them. But that's a good point. I heard that the Apple chargers were notorious for that.
Roger.
Yeah, okay. I'm just on spaceweather.com. It said there's a chance of a severe G4 class storm on today. So I'm not sure if that happened or not. I didn't get an update on that. So yeah, it probably won't affect us tonight, but tomorrow, over the weekend maybe. So we're not out of it yet. So anyway. Okay, well I'm glad your noise went down. Hopefully, I'm only about an S3 here too, maybe a little bit under that. So I'm liking that. It's nice and quiet. Are you sticking around for the second round?
No, I'm going to take off there, so I'll talk to you tomorrow night there, Randy.
Okay, have a good night. Thanks for checking in. Okay, is there anybody else here before I start the second round? Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Whiskey Uniform.
Victor Alpha 3, Tango Alpha Charlie.
Okay, that's WUFOX TAC. Anybody else? Okay, you stand by, Rick. I'm going to take in Curtis there, VO1FOX. Come on in. Yeah, okay, Curtis. I know what you're going through. I had the same type of headache here all day. Subsided here now a little bit, but it's still lingering a little bit in there. Okay, then you're down. You're anywhere from a 6 to a 7 here, so you're way down. But a copy you, no problem. Have a good night there. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow. Okay, and Margaret's in here. If Margaret wants, Margaret, you want to say hello? Okay, 7-3, Curtis. And VA3WU, Rick, how are you today?
Oh, not bad, Randy, not bad. And hello to Margaret in there too, and Mike and all the others. I won't be in here for long. Just a quick one. Just my son lives about 20 miles away, or 25 kilometers away maybe from his son's school. He only has them every second weekend, and he got asked to work overtime tomorrow. So I'm going to go there at 5 o'clock in the morning and just stay there until the son's ready to go to school, and then take him into school. Well, my son works, so that'll work out okay for me, but means I'm going to bed early tonight. And that's about it. I'm on the 7610 tonight. Hopefully everything sounds okay and you hear no RF like last week. That empty coax is still grounded, I see, so that shouldn't act as an antenna. So back to you, Randy. It's 3WU.
No, you're nice and clean here. About 20, 25 over. So you're back to your normal self. Everything's working hunky-dory.
Okay, good. Just about to pull some winter antennas out for the year. Once the wife stops going in the backyard to sit, I pull out. I've got 30 feet of tower this year to put up with a new, just a dual band vertical for UHF and VHF, mostly for D-Star, I think, and then a couple sideband beams for 2 meters and UHF for 440. So that tower will go up, and hopefully she won't notice it there till spring.
Yeah, if she doesn't look out there, go back in there over the winter, you'll be okay. Good luck with that.
Well, I get caught all the time. I'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah, I think it's more of the eyesore to the non-ham is what they're looking at.
I say it's, get those roses out of the way of my tower. What are you doing ruining a good tower view?
Or just let her plant the creepy crawler plants going up the tower.
Oh, she did. She did. And I went over and ripped them all out. I said, no. I need to see the ground wires going from the tower to the ground legs. I need to see the coaxes going up the tower. No, you have all the rest of this whole yard. This 4 feet's off limits to you.
Do you realize up through the Algonquin Park here on the main highway, on Highway 60 that goes through the park, all the cell towers through there, they wouldn't allow them to put, a couple of big towers to extend, to have the coverage there. They're lower towers and they're disguised as pine trees, and they actually look funny because you can tell they're not natural.
It's funny what we're willing to do in the name of you. It's just like all the HOA stuff you hear about, mostly down south, but still, I think that's coming. Whatever happens down there happens up here just a few years later, and it's going to be a sad day for that. I'm glad I've got my property and my tower's already in the ground. They've been here so long, they're grandfathered in for whatever, so that's the way it'll stay if I can help it.
Well, yeah. Well, around here, if there's a HOA, there might be some implications around here. People are not going to take well to that. But anyway, I have a bush there in the yard, and plus somebody tells me I can't string my wire out. The heck with them. I'm going to do it anyway. But okay. Well, yeah. Well, you should be okay there if you've done it before. So, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I think I'm done. I think we're done pretty much up here for the year, unless we got a real mild spell and everything melts here. We still have snow. We still have about an inch of it, but it's not going to get really mild by the looks of it here. So I think the major stuff is pretty much done. Just got to work on the inside the shack here. Anyway, sounding good. You have a good night and a good morning, a good day tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do, Randy. We'll do. And no, it's funny. We had combined. I had a couple sawhorses with a 4x8 sheet of plywood out, and I was painting my wife's tires on them. So I got her tires painted on the vehicle before it started snowing. But then I looked out there the other day, and I had about 12 inches of snow on that 4x8 sheet of plywood. Like, I didn't think we had that much snow, but we got a considerable dumping here in Niagara, at least up here in Thorold. It always changes. St. Catharines at the lower elevation. St. Catharines up on, and then is at lake level. Thorold is up at escarpment level. There's about 100 meters of difference of height, so 300 feet almost. And often it's considerably different. And sure enough, it was this. St. Catharines they had probably half. And we had about a foot. I couldn't believe how much we had. But anyway, we'll talk to you later, Andy. I won't be in for the second. I'm going to shut things down here shortly and call it a night. But thank you for being there, and we'll talk to you again.
Well, that's the same thing. Like, I'm at 1,500 feet. The hill here, I'm not right on top here either. The top of the hill is about 1,650, close to 17. But I'm about 15 where I am, and down in the valley here in town, they're about 7 or so. And if it's snowing here, if it's milder, and if it's snowing, the wet snow, big flakes, we can have 2 or 3 inches of snow. And you start driving down into town, by the time you get about halfway down the hill, it just turns all the rain and everything's green.
Yeah, that's crazy. So there's a price to pay for that excellent height you have.
Yeah, but I wouldn't give it up for anything. Not with this hobby, anyway.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, why would you, right? You've got the height, so if it snows, it just means it's more radio time.
Oh yeah, and I typically, if there's a flood, I'll be okay. I won't have to have Noah's Ark.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You can look down at all the subjects and charge them admission to the high ground.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we'll talk to you. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow night. And Rick, have a good one.
Yeah, sounds good, Randy. Talk to you later, man. 3WU.
Okay, last on the list is V3 Tango Alpha Charlie. Tom, how are you?
Oh, good evening, Randy, or wise man on the hill, as I should call you. Hi.
Well, I'm a little bit of everything. I'm the human weather station, the human receiver tonight, and the wise man, I guess. I don't know how wise I am, but I try my best.
Well, there you go. If you don't know an answer, just make it up. Yeah, beautiful day down here, a bit sunny, so got outside and got some more work done, and it's every good day we get closer to spring, I guess.
Yeah. I'm thinking of spring already, but we got a heck of a long way to go, especially up here until that happens.
Oh yeah, you certainly do. Anyway, Randy, have a good evening. You're putting a good signal out, and the band sounds pretty good. 7-3.
Okay, 7-3. Thanks for checking in. I'm going to go start the second round because we're getting a lot of talking here tonight. V3PY, come on in.
Okay, Randy, thank you for bringing me back in on the second round, and lots of interesting conversations here tonight. Just be careful of the bathroom fan.
Yeah, but well, no, that's sucking out. So if there's any frequency coming off of me, that's where it'll be going.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, you're up on the hill there, so you're okay. All right, thanks for bringing me back in. I'll let you carry on. You have a long list ahead, so thanks for doing the net there tonight. Really good net. 7-3. Have a good night, and good night to Margaret. Victor Alpha 3 X-ray Victor, and the group here, Victor Alpha 3 Papa Yankee Clear. Take care.
I'll have to get like a metal, like an army helmet, and maybe stick up a magnet vertical or something on top and see if I can hear anything.
A little wee beam.
Yeah. Just Michael know this, the antenna hair girl in Dayton.
Oh yeah, radio station.
Well, maybe I can talk to her direct then. Who knows?
Ooh la la.
Okay, thanks, Gord. We'll get talking to you probably tomorrow. V3BWQ, Alan, are you still with us? Okay, too much talking, and we left. He left us. K2LAG, come on in.
Yeah, K2LAG returning, and two things. Talking about facilities and stuff like that. Something I don't think we hear quite as much of anymore is the interference issues we used to have with the old TVs, because everything in them was soldered. Lots of opportunities for a bad solder joint here for a diode and receiving. So I think with all the electronics involved, with all the high-tech stuff we got now, a little bit anyhow. And as for those cell towers, there's a name for them. They're called Frankenstein. They've had them a couple times out here, especially when you had a lot of dead parts. They'd rather have something that looks like a fake pine tree than a real tower. So I think for me, I'm going to go back to you and just do a little bit of space LAG.
Okay, I've never heard that analogy before. Franken Pines, that's a good one. Maybe they don't use them here. At least I haven't heard them called that. So I'm going to have to call them that up here. And I heard that from an amateur radio operator in New York. That's what they call them down there. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's a good name for them. Okay, Larry, you're sounding great here tonight. You got a good signal, and you have a good one. And are you back on the train there tomorrow or the weekend?
Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, but I should be home Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, well, have a good one then, and we'll probably talk to you over the weekend there sometime. And QVQ's gone. I think Don said if it was he was going to sign off at 9, but I'll just check and see. KD2FO, Don, are you still there by chance? No, he was gone at 9, like he said. TKO was gone. EI is gone. K1BZE, Margaret, you're next.
Thank you for running the net. About the hearing radio
because I used to hear it through a personal computer and in different places when the AM is real and in the office in the bedroom, and I had to explain to the manager one time why that was happening, and that was crazy, but now himself as well. So, secondly, my mother used to watch Network Working, and she had YouTube on, and she explained that whole story about companies and everything like that. So that was kind of interesting. I can remember hearing it to this day, that whole story. And now regarding the thing, I remember asking my father about that when they were home, and he told me to go with an area in the and he said, well, that's where the word lunatic came from. And then one day I was in high school, I was in the FBI office, and I was sitting with one of the agents new, and it wasn't full moon, and he was taking all calls from people who were absolutely out there, calls were going nuts. And I asked him, I said, how come you just say nuts? These people they were proud and everything, because they may say one thing that might help you solve the case. But generally, when you read through it, you know that there's nothing there's some movement on something to them, and tomorrow you'll go out and see them, interview them, and they'll be fine. So, they want you to do that.
Yeah, I think the psychologists and that probably would call them bipolar or something, but who knows? Yeah, they just totally change. Anyway. Yeah, interesting. Probably a lot of that's not even bipolar disorder. It's probably, it does change people, and it's similar to what we're hearing things. Plus, I think your hearing is probably a lot more advanced. Being like in the state you are there, I think all your other senses are advanced. So I'm not surprised that you were hearing the radio station coming out of the computer. Be similar to my fan, or the metal fillings there either. Interesting stuff. I feel like Art Bell, like I said earlier, and this is like the coast to coast net or something. Anyway, Art Bell was a ham operator too. I have a clip recorded here of him. I didn't speak to him, but I have him actually on radio, on ham radio. Okay then, thanks for that, Merg. You have a great night, and maybe we will talk to you tomorrow.
It used to be one night and one ago, but a month ago I tried to listen to it when I couldn't sleep, and it had something else on, so I don't know what it is now, but that's going to that George.
Yeah, I used to call him George Norrie for some reason. Well, maybe Norrie, something like that. I didn't mind him, but yeah, I haven't heard that in about 5 years, although I haven't been looking for him. So I knew near the end, a lot of the Canadian stations had dropped him. I'll have to go onto the Coast to Coast site. There used to be a list of where the stations got carried back. So but I think I remember at last there was none on there. So I have no idea. Might have to. You can listen to a lot of that stuff off their website, I think, if I remember correctly.
You can get them on there, just ask the Alexa device to play whatever it is, and then you write Norrie.net.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to check that out here if I remember later on. It's always nice to, if you listen to that at night, when you're laying down in bed or something, it's a lot more interesting than it is if you listen to it in the daytime. But it is a nighttime show. Okay.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
Okay, I'm going to back up here to TKL, VA3 TKL. Sorry, I thought you might have been out. I had scribbled the wrong thing here. So, Dave, come on in. Okay, maybe he was gone. Okay, we'll go down to V3MDG, Sean.
VA3XV, V3MDG. I was just thinking about you making the comment there about the fake cell towers in Algonquin Park. Quite a while ago, I have a friend that has a place in Fort Myers, and for whatever reason, they go over to Miami and, around the Tampa and different places. I guess they have friends all over the place. And he sent me a picture of a palm tree, and it looks like a palm tree, but it's a cell tower. Okay, you just got this off the internet or something. So I dug into it, and I found all kinds of things. There's Arizona and New Mexico. There's cell towers that they look like cactus plants.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I don't disagree there. Or I'm not surprised, I should say. And well these ones here, you and I, we got raised here with bush all around us. We get used to what the trees look like. And after they first installed them, and the first time I was through there, I said, "What the heck is that?" And then I realized that was one of the cell towers. The whole thing is fake, though. You can tell it's fake. They're easier to spot when I'm going from east to west. You don't see them as much from west to east. But I wasn't really looking really close for them. But there's the one I really noticed. Yeah, they're out there. But I think they could have done a better job.
Well, I've never seen one that looks like a pine tree, but does it look like a huge artificial Christmas tree?
No, it looks like a cross between a white pine and a coconut tree or something. The way the branches are.
Oh, okay. So they don't even look right. Yeah, that's about right. Anyway, well, no, I just thought that was interesting. And as far as your headache goes there, I've had a kind of a weird, dull headache for about 3 days, so you're not the only one that this whatever it is, solar vent is affecting. And, there's quite a few people that I've heard of in the last few days saying that they have a headache or whatever, and we've heard a few on the net tonight, so it does exist, and it is a thing. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. I'll say 7-3 is to all. Hope everybody is well, and I'll probably catch you tomorrow night. V3MDG.
Okay, sounds good. And you sound good down here. You have a good night and a good day tomorrow. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow night. And VA3MPM Portable V2. Do you remember, Mike, the one episode of Gilligan's Island where Gilligan all of a sudden, I can't remember what happened to him, but all of a sudden he opens his mouth and radio stations start playing, and they'd turn his head from left to right. It'd be like the tuning knob. It would fade out and other radio stations would come in. You remember that episode?
Yeah, I do, and I'm sure they based that on not the true story what I'm telling you guys there about Lucille Ball. You can Google that story, and she during the wartime there, and they got concerned. They almost thought like she was a spy or something. It was something weird, But anyways, the dentist said no, it's a filling there, and they removed that filling, whatever mercury, whatever they were using there, acting like a diode and all that. To comment on those pine tree hydro poles, or cell towers, sorry, coming back from Massachusetts, and going through, I think it's New Hampshire, or it might have been meeting Margaret in New Hampshire at the flea market there, the big ham flea market. I think it's not as big as Dayton, but it's a good event. They do it twice a year. Same thing. They got to be 150 feet, 200 foot tall, massive, and they're all amongst the big pines and spruce and these big cell towers. And yeah, they look like a cheap, a bad, bad imitation of a pine tree, but they just try to make it blend, along with the. If you're not looking too well or you're not too interested, maybe you don't notice them, but I would spot something like that, and I really looked at it. The first time I'd seen that, looked kind of deep there. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like a pine tree from Timo, and the ones I've seen, they weren't even the right tint of green, so they kind of stick out.
Yeah, now they were offish. They were offish, and I'm sure whatever material they're using, it's hard to tell because they're way up there, and they were a little bit in the distance, not too far, but it's way up there. It's just, they're just trying to make it blend, but I go, holy smokes, I don't know what to think about it. It is what it is. I guess maybe it's better than, and maybe it just kind of blends in. That's all they're trying to do there.
Well, I know the amount that they'd have to use because through Highway 60 here, the park is like, when you're driving through, is like 64, I think it is, or 68 kilometers through there. And they have quite a few of them because they're not very tall, right, to cover all that. And it is like hilly through there. They would have saved a lot of money with with less taller towers on the hills there than a whole bunch of these smaller ones. But that's just the Ministry of Environment and people complaining about it. So that's the only reason they have to do that.
Roger. Okay, just a quick little story. I know you got a big gang here, but okay, listen up for your quick little story. Algonquin Park, years ago, this is 30 years ago, 30-some years ago, my brother-in-law from Barbados, and we were going to the Algonquin Park, and he was ahead of me, and holy smokes, he pulled over, and there's a bull moose there right on the side of the road, and there's a big ditch. And then he's standing there, and he's got the rack on him, so the rack, and he's a big one. He's a big boy. And the hackle on him there, what do you call that? The bump on his back, boy, it came up. I go, holy smokes! I go, like, he's pissed off. He's not happy. This is dangerous. You don't want to be standing there. So there's Charles. First time he sees that, and he is, again, keep in mind it's a bull moose. He says, "Look at her. Look at her standing there, all majestic, like standing there in all of her glory." I said, get back, Charles. Listen, get back in the car, and let's turn around or move around. I forget. Actually, this is 30 years ago. Go around this thing or let it. But anyway, it took a fit. It went crazy. It went down in the ditch, and this moose, it was running. And trees that must have been, I don't know, I couldn't see down there, 3 inch diameter, 2 inch diameter stuff was snapping. He was just running and crack, smash. And I explained to Charles, number one, it was not her, look at her, look at her standing there in all of her glory. I said, number one, it was a male, it's a bull moose. I said, when that bump gets on their back there, get the heck out of their way because it can kill you. So there's my little story on that.
Oh yeah, especially if it was later in the year, and if they're in the rut, they're going to think you're an intruder and or competition, and they'll charge you the car. I'm glad you're okay and got that straightened out there.
Oh yeah. We used to go up in the Swisha with my dad. They're fishing, the Rapid des Joachins, the Swisha, and oh my God, that was like in 1974. With a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser, and there'd be roads there that had been made by the logging companies, and they were done now. We're going fishing, these would be one in front of us, so we'd be following it. It wouldn't get off the road, you'd slow up a little bit, but still it would stay on the road. Then it would decide to get off there, and anywhere, just right through the bush. Those things are amazing there.
Oh yeah, and they can move. They can move when they want to move. Very, very fast. Okay, Mike, thanks for that story. A lot of good stories here tonight. So yeah, I just wanted to put that Gilligan's Island thing. That just popped in my head there. Anyway, that's probably based on that. You're right. Okay, have a good night there. We'll probably talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. I guess you'll be on the TV net.
Yeah, I'll be there at 9 o'clock in the morning if conditions are there.
Well, I've been listening at 8 o'clock, nothing, and then all of a sudden, I don't know who else was, it seemed to be around 10 o'clock, and whoever I talked to, John, he was blasting in, and he gave me a wicked report. He said it was the strongest on the net so far. I guess you've been listening all morning, and that's the super duper 40 meter, and with the 9-to-1 balance on it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't on, but I came down at 12 and I made lunch, and then after lunch I just fired the rig up here to see what the conditions are like. I didn't hear anybody at noon, but I went to CHU on 7850 like I always do, and that thing was blasting in here at 20 over. So I knew it would have been good. If it's 20 over from Ottawa here, I know the band is usually really, really good. So I figured, okay, the band is back to normal, which I guess it turned in to be normal.
Yeah, but at 9 o'clock I thought, I was talking to Anthony ATD on our repeater system, and he was going into work, and I said, he says, yeah, I leave at 8 o'clock, and I said, good, you can go to the TP net, and as I was doing that, I turned the HF set on, or it was on, and I'm saying, I couldn't hear anybody, there's nobody there, and I gave my call, I said, is there anybody around? So maybe John, the other John, maybe could not make it or something like that, or it was just the conditions where it was bad. So, and I checked in too on the 72-2, and I worked Lobby there in Nineland, and then somebody else came in and said hello, more southern U.S. there. So 40 was okay.
Yeah, it was Thursday today, so it would have been Grace. It was Grace's morning. I'm going to check it here now just to be curious. Yeah, that was her this morning. So sometimes she's a bit lower, and that was probably the case.
Yeah, no, usually I can hear Grace. Usually her and I got a good line of sight there for some reason.
Yeah, okay. Tomorrow I'll be here at 9, and then the regulars are on as usual there. Okay, then. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for that, Mike.
Roger. 7-3.
Okay, Don, V3 PM, are you still there? Okay, I'm getting a heck of a pile of tuning up here in the background. Terry, V3 NSV, come on in.
Hey, Randy, still here. I dropped my power down a bit. I didn't want to interfere with the TV upstairs, so only doing about 100 watts now. I did check out those cell towers you were talking about, and those look pretty nifty, and I think I would have noticed them. They're definitely, I saw a few that stick out like a sore thumb, but I get it. Kind of blends in with the aesthetics. It's supposed to be a provincial park. It's you don't want all these man-made radio towers sticking out on the horizon, so... Yeah, and I recently got my end-fed half-wave up a little higher with an air cannon. It's up about 55 feet, and I'm noticing a big difference on receive. A lot of people that were marginal are coming in really good, and I know you guys mentioned Grace tonight, and I never used to be able to hear Grace, and I can hear Grace just fine now. So amazing just getting your antenna up another... 25 feet or so on 80 meters makes a world of a difference. I didn't realize how much the ground interacts with the antenna, so I'm got a little more tweaking to do. My SWR is good on 80 and 40, but for some reason my SWR is high on 20 and 10. I think it might be interacting with my dual bander on the chimney, so I'm going to throw a pulley on there and just kind of pull the wire away from the other antennas on the chimney a little bit to see if I can get that the other bands down a little bit. But other than that, not a whole lot else to add. The CKGL 570 is 10,000 watts, and looks like it's doesn't have to adjust their power for day and night. So that's the station I have to contend with here. So back to you, Randy.
Yeah, actually, I think I can pick that one up from here in the daytime with my beverages here. I'm pretty sure. That sounds familiar to me. I'll have to double check here tomorrow throughout the day and see if that's the one. Well, hey, you're for 100 watts, like you're 15 over, sometimes hitting the 20. So yeah, it's making a big difference. Where is your Ballon or your on there on the end fed? Is it right on the tower or right on a post there, or like a pipe or something?
Yeah, so it's mounted to the chimney. I have a post there, so I have the Ballon mounted to the post, and it goes kind of not quite vertically. It's a little bit of on an angle up to a tree, about 55 feet, and then there's a pulley there, and it redirects to a tree in the backyard that's up 55 feet. And then I haven't got the end of it up in a third tree, so the end part of that wire is coming down to about 15 feet off the ground. I gotta reorient it, but yeah, I'm having some weird SWR issues on the 20 and 10.
Okay, have you ever heard of the 3-foot rule? Was don't mount the on right onto like a metal pipe or a tower or anything. Leave about 3 feet of rope going out, and then that's where you connect your on right onto that rope, and then from there your antenna wire goes out.
No, I've never heard that, and they actually they sold a kit for you to be able to pull mount it. So I didn't think it would be an issue, and in fact, it wasn't an issue when it was basically just going out horizontally and around 3 or 4 trees. It wasn't until it went vertical, but I think I need to get that vertical portion of the wire just away from my other antenna. So I'll just I think tomorrow what I'll do is I have some. So those cheap pulleys, I'll throw a pulley on it and I'll pull it away from the chimney with some Dacron, and it'll make the first part of it more vertical anyways, as opposed to on an angle. So it'll be a true kind of like inverted L, other than maybe the first 10 feet or so will be going out horizontal.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, and give that a go if it's not that hard to do. Just put about 3 feet of that, as long as it's strong enough to hold it, and then connect your your on is 3 feet away from that metal, and then just take pull it. If you have room on the other end, hopefully you have 3 feet there. You can just take the slack off of there. So and give that a go and see how it changes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just playing around, so unfortunately I don't have the real estate that you guys have, so I have to do whatever I can. But yeah, this is working out much better, so I just got to get the SWR a little bit better, and I might have to shorten it a bit. My resonant frequency is about 35 something right now, but once I get it in its final position, I'll shorten it up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't want to shorten it too much because I'm pretty much dead center on 40. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I'll probably report back tomorrow night in the net, because I'll probably leave work an hour early and just to reorientate a little bit while I still got some daylight.
Well, yeah. Well, it's working excellent here. So, just a little bit of tweaking with the SWR, and you should be good to go. Okay. Well, thanks for checking in, and have a good night. And we'll probably talk to you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think I might try to get in on the Transprovincial in the morning there. I should be able to jump in there. But yeah, I'm just trying to find the final resting spot for the antenna there while the weather's still good, because after that it'll be where it is where it's going to lay for the next 4 or 5 months. So, all right, Randy, we'll catch you in the morning. It'll be 3 and S3.
Okay, good stuff. Hopefully, hope the band is open tomorrow morning, and we can make contact there. Okay, VA3AGX, are you still with us?
VA3XD, VA3AGX, yeah. Got a good little crew in there. Hello to Mike Margaret. I could hear you. You came up to on that 7 on that second round. Plus, almost hit my 8 mark, so I copied you 100%. Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you're hearing me. I'll do a little bit more power there. Hello to Gord. Gord's never that strong in here, and tonight he's 5'9 plus here. Almost hit my 10 mark, so usually he's down around net 7. So I don't know if he changed something or it's just conditions, but it's working. Hello to my buddy Alan out there. If he's out there still listening, he's done good on that first round. I just caught him while I was in the other room. Larry and Dave, everybody else out there. Ernest, I did copy too. Not much more to add there, Randy. Thanks for being there. And I'll let you carry on and try this again tomorrow night. See how conditions are. VA3XV, VA3J.
Yeah, hopefully we'll the next solar flare will not be as bad as this one. But anyway, we pulled through it. It was only that one night that it was really bad, and then all of a sudden, I know Mike and I were talking, and all of a sudden he was down to S3, and I think I was down to about the same to him, and the whole bottom fell right out. So, but we got all that was near the end of the net anyway. So, okay, you have a good night there. We'll get talking to you tomorrow.
Yeah, QSL will be sticking around till the end.
Well, there's only one more here on the list here. So last on the list, VA3, Mike Delta November. Michael, come on in.
VA3 XP, VA3 MVN. Brain flight there for a second. But yeah, good evening to everybody, and everybody have a good night. And we'll see if we can wake up in the morning and check you out on traffic there, Randy. So if not, then we'll look for you farther later on in the afternoon. So with that, I'll hand it back to you and let you try the ribbon on it. Thanks for taking me in. VA3XP,
Okay, thanks for checking in and sticking around here with me, and hopefully I'll hear you in the morning and the bands will be good, and you have a good night there. Okay, before I shut things down, last minute check-ins. Anybody else want to jump in and say hello? This is VA3XV 3730. Please come now. Okay, got V3TCY. Anybody else? Looks like you're going to be the last one. You're number 20, Troy. How are you?
Everybody else on the net. Just heard Rick in there. I could barely hear him. It was a little bit, it's a bit of a rough night here, though. I got pretty high points.
Well, sometimes that's the best way to get in there, right at the last minute. And yeah, so some stations are down a little bit. Like I'm getting you about an S7, but I'm not getting very much noise here at all. Like it's only S3 noise, so no problem there. Totally zero noise on my receive antennas, and you know I'm hearing you on there too. So it's working good. Okay, well thanks for checking in. I won't hold it there, and we'll probably talk to you tomorrow night. Okay, we'll be listening in there. Hopefully the band will be good. Okay, the final call, last call for the 3730. Anybody, anywhere, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. End up with 20 check-ins. That's about the average here. A good night. We made it through all the solar flare stuff, and I hope the bands are better here. I'll be back here tomorrow night as my regular shift, and I'll be on YouTube and all that stuff, so you'll know where to find me. And tomorrow morning I'll be on 40 meters on 7100 at 9 o'clock. So anybody that capability is there, please come and check in with me there. Everybody have a good night and a good day tomorrow. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to shut this net down now and turn the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is VA3XV, and this concludes my broadcast day. 7-3, everybody.
7-3, Randy.
Yeah, 7-3.